Solo T-boy. This for you, man. Rest in peace, man. Innocent village men, not satisfied with living in conditions not suitable for his women and children. Became an immigrant in a country that made his country so riddled with corruption and families going hungry. And still, he works the land alongside other immigrants. At night he thinks of family back home who misses him. And still he's in no position to better his condition. After bloody fingertips and a cough that's probably killing him. He slaves every day for under the table pay. And even if he gets his family here, where would they stay? He wipes his sweat, saves his loot, picks the fruit, sticks the shoes deep in the ground and builds his roots. Takes the racial slurs, smiles at frown faces. His elders used to tell him to be strong and patient. He chases his goals, no matter what the timeline. Strategic, hold on, wait. Waiting for the right time. And they used to clown the way that he talked. Now his son is your boss and he's way pissed off. He is the immigrant.
She arrived in America in her mother's womb and came into the world on the 12th of June. Born premature, lightweight, barely breathing, but she lived for a reason. Her mama named her Freedom. She grew like any other child, baby to teenager. Lived in the ghetto but managed to handle all the danger. Dudes tried to holler, girls tried to hate her, but what Freedom was about was much greater. She learned about her history from her mom and dad, and what she learned from them was basically all that she had. So her identity was more than just chicken adobo. It was more about lapu lapu, swinging a bolo. She worked the system, got the grades and the knowledge, and flew back home after graduating college. She went from worker to activist, and before long, Freedom's a guerrilla soldier now carrying arms where she belongs. Where she belongs, where she belongs.
Just another lost in the pack. We horse shack shit, you know, laugh it off. The years just blow by. My eyes stay fixed, but the picture's kinda out of focus. I cry a lot, but admit to it. Enjoying life now, but I've been through it. Sometimes I wish that I can go back. No bills, no kids, just getting towed back. I want a wife, I love women. How could I front like I don't be in love with them? A little man that I could teach, a little sand, but not the beach. I figure excess, I only bring an excessive amount of fuss. So when I'm gone, make sure the headstone reads, he did it for us. I'm like a modern day Jesus. I cherish warm thoughts like a gray goose, and float soft kisses to my baby. That day's little girl. Yeah, respect her for that. She gon' be somebody instead of somebody, baby mama. You see young minds and now I made of armor. I'm trying to pop a hole in your Yankee cap, absorb me. The skies over your head ain't safe no more, and hip-hop ain't your home. And if it is, you fucking up the crib, son. You make life look like I don't wanna live one. You might as well hold your breath until you die in the corner somewhere, bent over in the crevice. This God theory overcomes the worst of weathers. As long as you willing to try, you want a good start, homie. You want a good start, so you get to trying. People, are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Are you really ready?
We wanna be ready.
Ready for the change that may approach you? Follow down the path that you're supposed to. People, are you ready? Are you really ready to try? No mistake the trials that we learn from. In order to live life, you must earn one.
What up? This is Akil. This is Chali, Tuna. This is the Jurassic 5, and you're listening to my man DJ UltraMan on the Ultra Jam.
Yo, seldom traveled by the multitude. The devil's dabble has a couple food. My culture's screwed cause this word is misconstrued. Small countries exempt from food cause leaders have different views. You choose.
What mean the world to me is being free. Live and let live and just let it be. Let it be. Love, peace and harmony, one universal family. One God, one aim and one destiny.
Oh yeah, imagine life without a choice at all. Giving a vote without a voice at all. These be the problems that we face. I'm talking poverty and race, but no matter what the case, we gotta hold on to this feeling.
concentration camps in America were labeled with euphemistic terminology to try and twist the psychology of the public to think that it was okay to put people of Japanese descent away in what they call the camps of relocation. But relocating should be voluntary, yet they were forced in this situation. Even if you were citizens, they were arrested and locked up like prisoners, convicted for the cultural background. Now nothing can surpass the atrocities of the mass murdering in German concentration camps. Yet in both cases, the Nazis and the US government were racist, denying natural human rights, enough injustices to incite a riot. But it was covered up and kept quiet with propaganda. They handed the war false justifications, accusing Japanese for running spy operations on the West Coast, claiming that they were communicating with enemy ships, but this was all bullshit. There was no threat to national security, cause no radio waves were ever detected by the FCC. They said the Japanese purposely bought land next to factories and train tracks with plans to attack the people. Immigrants settled in these areas long before the war because the land was poor, so it was the cheapest land to build a farm. But the farming industry was jealous because the lands were cultivated so efficiently, and anti-Japanese sentiment was high. The motto was all Japs are slant-eyed spies. And even though official federal sociologists said that Issei's and Nisei's were loyal to the US, stereotypes was used to degrade to a subhuman level to make the robbing of the freedom seem acceptable. Now this occurred before in US history, when slavery was practiced by the forefathers of our country. The attitude was the same and it still remains. The ruling party gains on another people's pains.
Hey yo, this is DJ Rhettmatic.
This is DJ ICIce. This is DJ Havik of the Beat Junkie crew, kicking it with my man, DJ UltraMan. Peace.
Now in more recent days, after the civil rights movement, minorities saw an outlook for improvement, motivating a team of Japanese American lawyers to discover documents more fictional than Tom Sawyer. This was a situation that the government dreaded, incriminating papers that forgot to be shredded. A box was found with notes and evidence, computing fabricated, falsified reasons for the uprooting of my mother and father, aunties and uncles and grandparents, and the mistake of the past became blatantly apparent. The government was faced with a Supreme Court case that they knew they were gonna lose, so they had to abuse power once again to get the case canceled. And in 1988 they found the answer, so all future lawsuits would be negated, because technically the government already compensated the small percentage of the victims who were still alive, and the lies were devised to pull the wool over the public's eyes, to seem apologetic for their actions, but they faked it. And the bill was signed by the actor Ronald Reagan, but 20 grand didn't mean a damn to my grandfather, who came from the motherland of Japan. At 16, no money in his hand, he didn't care. By 37 he became a self-made multi-millionaire. But soon his American dream became a nightmare when it fell prey to government schemes. Democracy was obviously failing when the FBI listed my G-Chan as a dangerous alien, raided his home, kidnapped him from his family without any reason, like he committed a treason, took all of his possessions and he never gave it back. So what made them think that they could ever pay him back? Cause putting the money in his face was a disgrace. They never should have taken it away in the first place. It's like taking a baby's lollipop away and giving it back when he's old and gray. And other people see the redress as unfair favoritism, but it's just another method of separatism that the government promotes, and they're excited because they cover their own ass, and plus they're keeping us divided by manipulating minds. But we must unite to see through the conspiracies, but only a few people are hearing me. We can't let this keep going on, or once again they're gonna drop the bomb like Hiroshima.
This nigga let you know what's happening. It's all on the real. Seems like fighting for real. Everybody got some type of struggle.
Yeah, it's getting wild out here. It makes me wonder how a black man could ever raise a child out here. You know we all crumb snatchers in this land of big cake. So why we killing for the crumbs when there's so much at stake? We no longer supposed to be slaves. I bet Harriet Tubman would be turning in a grave, like remind my soul of the time we were great before the self-hate. My elders all feel the same, it's no bravery. You're supposed to fight for freedom, not just the end of slavery. Are we too selfish to even bless the kids with jewels, so our youth don't get played out for fools? Or will they get programmed how to behave? Malcolm X must be turning in his grave, like remind my soul of the time we were great before the self-hate. 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 The time we were great. Wait, we still great, but
I point these things out, brothers and sisters, so that you and I will know the importance of being in complete unity with each other, harmony with each other,
is Jeff Chang, chilling with my man, DJ UltraMan, Life and Liberation. It's all about moving it forward. Peace.
Yeah. Harlem streets stay flooded in white powder, like those motherfuckers running away from the Twin Towers. Gunshots rock the earth like a meteor shower. Bowling for Columbine fair, giving the media power. Innocence devoured like a chicken spot snack box. Government cocaine cooked into ghetto crack rock. Corrupt cops, false testimony at your arraignment. Check the check, constant struggle to make the payments. Working your whole life wondering where the day went. The subway stays packed like a multicultural slave ship. It's rush hour, 2:30 to 8 non-stopping. And people coming home after corporate sharecropping and fuck flossing. Mothers are trying to feed children, but gentrification is kicking them out of they building a generation of babies born without health care. Families homeless, thrown the fuck off the welfare.
Yo, this is DJ Rectangle from the G-Funk era.
Yo, what's up? This is DJ ShortKut, and you're listening to the Ultra Jam Show.
It's like Cambodia, the killing fields uptown. We live in distress and hang the flag upside down. The sound of conservative politicians on television. People in the hood are blind, so they tell us to listen. They vote for us to go to war instantly, but none of their kids serving the infantry. The odds are stacked against us like a casino. Think about it, most of the army is black and Latino. And if you can't acknowledge the reality of my words, you just another stupid motherfucker out on the curb, trying to escape from the ghetto with your ignorant ways. But you can't read history at an illiterate stage, and you can't raise a family on minimum wage. Why the fuck you think most of us are locked in a cage? I give niggas the truth, cause they pride is indigent. You better off rich and guilty than poor and innocent. But I'm sick of feeling impotent, watching the world burn in the era of apocalypse, waiting my turn. I'm a Harlem nigga that's concerned with the future, and if you're in my way, it'd be an honor to shoot ya, uproot ya with the evil that grows in my people, making them deceitful, cannibalistic and lethal. But I see through the mentality implanted in us, and I educate my fam about who we should trust. Homicide, Harlem, blam, what's the problem? Homicide, Harlem, blam, what's the problem? Homicide, Harlem, blam, what's the problem?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Panther show. The very spine of us. The very reason many of us wanted to be black. Wear in black clothes and be black-minded and take care of black folks in the black community. Talking about the Panthers, y'all. The heart of our existence.
I used to run with a clan that was militant. Preparing for war, we studied strategies with diligence. Though revolution was our real intent, we had to put our theory to work so we could find out what it really meant. Then I was sent to Chicago, Illinois, the place where the most Black Panthers were destroyed. You either push dope, lock down, or unemployed. Hearing shots late at night keep the people paranoid.
Have you ever read Season Time? I read it when I was 16 and it freed my mind. Coming up on the dirty South Florida roads, being exposed to the Panther code make me a soldier, a child of the 10-point platform in rap form. Word to this Huey P tatted on my left arm. It's for life, cause if it wasn't for the Panthers, the real OGs like Akil and Fred Hampton and comrades on the West Coast side and Watts, East Coast BLA returning shots at cops. It wouldn't be no free school lunches. It was Matulu Shakur that gave us acupuncture to cure the junkie.
Black fists, afros, koofies, and black gloves. 5-point programs, rifles, and black love. Panthers holding it tight like black hugs. All the black ears who call them what black was. Black fists, afros, koofies, and black gloves. 5-point programs, rifles, and black love. Panthers holding it tight like black hugs. All the black ears who call them what black was. Like the Panthers.
The Panthers yawning, the rhythm and blues. Conservative smiles on the 5 o'clock news. Here comes Bush, here comes the ground. Here comes the fury, here comes the sound. Hitmen for America with contracts to kill. Right-wing fantasies on a liberal thrill. Debates, the deals, and media leaks. They get the talk shows and we get the freaks. Neighborhood jails for neighborhood crimes. Family and friends drop neighborhood dimes. No public TV, no public opinion. Total oppression over total dominion. The real design, the ultimate plan. Confusion becomes God and God becomes man.
Black fists, afros, koofies, and black gloves. 5-point programs, rifles, and black love. Panthers holding it tight like black hugs. All the black ears who call them what black was. Black fists.